At first, no one understood what was happening in the sky. The ground crew froze, pilots stopped talking mid-sentence, and even the German officers watching from a distance were stunned. Because the man standing in that exposed gun pit was not fighting like any normal gunner. He was doing something so reckless, so unbelievable, that anyone watching him would swear he had no chance to survive. But in the next 4 minutes, he would turn the open sky into a graveyard of German fighter planes. The Luftwaffe attack came in fast and low. Messerschmitt Bf 109s dove at terrifying speed, confident that every ground gunner would duck the moment their cannons opened fire. That was the pilot's advantage fear. They believed no one would ever dare face a diving fighter head-on. But what they didn't know was that today they were flying toward a man who had absolutely no fear left in him. As the first Bf 109 screamed downward, the gunner did not duck, did not bend, did not move. He planted his boots in the dirt, grabbed the handles of his anti-aircraft gun, and aimed it directly into the oncoming fighter's path. No armor, no bunkers, no protection. Just one man standing alone in the open, daring death to come closer. The pilots couldn't understand if he was insane or made of steel. Some even laughed at his stupidity. But that laugh ended in the very next second, because as the fighter closed in, his gun roared to life. The first Bf 109 erupted into a fireball before completing its dive. The second split apart in midair. The third tried to escape upward, but shook violently and slammed into the ground. And the lone gunner still did not move. The German squadron suddenly realized they were up against someone they had never faced before. Someone who didn't care about death. Someone who wasn't trying to survive, he was trying to win. The pilots attacked from both sides, twisting, turning, diving from impossible angles. But the gunners' aim was faster than their engines, steadier than their wings. Another plane fell, then another, then another. Minutes earlier, the German pilots had mocked him as a fool. Now they were shouting into their radios in pure panic. But it was too late. There was no escape. By the time 4 minutes passed, 12 Bf 109s were burning wrecks scattered across the earth. The battlefield fell silent. Even the wind seemed to stop. The gunner finally stepped back. The barrel of his gun glowed red, smoke curling from the steel. And in that moment, every soldier watching understood that they had witnessed a moment that would rewrite the very rules of air combat. Because this wasn't suicide. It wasn't madness. It was mastery and iron-willed strategy that forced the enemy to come so close that their speed and power became their own destruction. His 4-minute stand didn't just bring down 12 fighter planes. It changed how air attacks would be fought forever. This is the story of the man who stood alone against the sky, refused to fear death, and reshaped the history of air combat in just 4 unforgettable minutes.